नमस्कार। आर के त्यागी गाजाबाद एनसीआर दिल्ली ओम सच्ची जनवाणी चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें, वीडियो को शेयर लाइक कमेंट करें ताकि सभी रिटायरी साथियों तक जाए। चैनल सब्सक्राइब करने से हमारी मदद होती है, आपका 1 सेकंड खर्च होता है। आइए शुरू करते हैं। फ्रॉम आर के त्यागीज डेस्क, ये लेटर है मैडम निर्मला सीतारमण जी को और रिटायरीज इशूज़ को लेकर के है, जो हमने मेल किया है 18 तारीख में। और इस लेटर के को हमने और भी जगहों पर मेल किया है, गवर्नमेंट को भेजा है और मैडम को भेजा है, और उसके अलावा उनके ऑफिशियल एड्रेस पर भेजा है, और रिटायरी लीडर्स को भी भेजा है इनको, और यूएफबीयू लीडर्स को भी भेजा है। फ्रॉम आर के त्यागीज डेस्क, एग्रीड बैंक पेंशनर्स, रिटायर्ड पेंशनर एक्टिविस्ट, रिटायर्ड सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया गाजियाबाद एनसीआर 18/6/2024 को भेजा है। मैडम एंड सिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमण जी, ऑनरेबल फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया न्यू दिल्ली, रेस्पेक्टेड सिस्टर जी, नमस्कार। व्यू सीरियसली बैंक पेंशनर्स plights। नंबर 1, बैंक पेंशनर्स रिवीजन, बैंक पेंशन रिवीजन इंक्लूडिंग स्पेशल अलाउंस इशू। नंबर 2, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस इशू टू सोल्व नाउ। नंबर 3, आवर अदर्स इशूज ऑलरेडी सेंट टू यू। आइए डिटेल में करते हैं इसको। वी रेस्पेक्टफुली ड्रॉ योर काइंड अटेंशन टू आवर प्रीवियस सेवरल मेल्स एंड मेल ऑफ आवर सीनियर एक्टिविस्ट फ्रेंड्स, मेल डेटेड 7th June 24. Get your point across before pensioners die, in which our senior activists have presented their views and others, with a request to consider and take a decision. We feel that due to your busyness in government formation process, your attention has not gone to it. Hence, we are forwarding it again with this letter. Below, we are saying something else which should be looked into seriously, and please take necessary action on it. Imperative of justice. That is the justice delivered before death. After death, justice remains injustice. Millions of people like us are standing in line to bid farewell to this world. As long as there is breath, there is hope. Pensioners are striving hard to thwart injustice imposed upon them. However, justice is not always an open and shut case. Sometimes we have to work for it. It justifies the imperative of justice and call for work for it. Time changes, keep it in mind. Where you are today, someone else was once there, and there will be someone else in future. The one who was there earlier remained in ostrich posture, doing phone banking business, growing cabbage in pots, taking house rent of lakhs of rupees per month while living in his wife's house. There was no hope from him, and the guy did not put we pensioners in illusion. His cunningness was obvious, so he remained silent. God bless him. You proved to be a statesman. Your heart is definitely gentle. What you saw and understood, you expressed publicly without hesitation or any reservation. Here you proved to be a statesman, not crook politician. Also, you told the bank executives that kind of cultural you want in banking. These are indications of your human values. We have never before seen a finance minister speaking publicly with such confidence and credibility. But madam, we are sensing something missing, like accountability somewhere. Pensioners took your support as a turning point, rejuvenating their dying hopes, but gradually the tide of expectation went. Greatest hurt is when hopes are shattered. The pensioners mentally assured themselves that countdown of their plights has begun. You now greatest joy greatest joy one feel when he is assured by someone that, and greatest hurt he feels when promises are turned down. Right now we are not in a position to say that you have turned your back, and looking to your versatile political persona, we do not think that you will not turn up, see what you said but not fulfilled, and let us sink into the quagmire. Straightforwardness often laughed off. When you yourself have publicly sanctified, legitimatized, accepted the genuineness of the demands of the bank pensioners, it's only Honorable Prime Minister who can overrule that. You had told this in clear words to the bank executives. In such a situation, how can they dare to make fun of your words? It's their audacity and high-headedness of the sort shockingly happened within the nose of demigod bureaucrats of your ministry. What's the point of your being the finance minister of the government of India when your words have been in vain for the last 4 years? It's unfortunate that you have not taken it seriously either. We don't understand how brave you were to speak clear and loud at one point and proved timid and weakest at once at other in public view. This is the height of stupidity. All banks have legal departments. Apart from this, they also have the battery of top lawyers, IBA, an unaccountable body not constituted under any law of the country, engaged in broking business which provides lucrative employment opportunities to retired top executives of banks, also has an army of lawyers. In such a situation, we don't think that they cannot properly read and interpret what is written in the Pension Regulations 1995. It is reality a fact that the regulation don't have updation clause. Is it reality a fact that regulation don't have updation clause? Those who hold it rightly, they must tell what is 35(1) is. Great dilemma. In such a situation, in the MC Singla case pending in Supreme Court, the filing of an affidavit by the public sector banks, Government of India to this effect, there is no pension updation clause in the Pension Regulation 1995, is a propaganda, fallacious and white lie. सफेद झूठ है. Clause 35(1) of pension updation has been in the pension regulations since day one. The pension was updated relatively to the fifth pay revision at the time of pension implementation is still in force, duly amended in 2003, making it more comprehensive. Ignoring this way, why no updation provision affidavit in Honorable Supreme Court? Ignoring this, why no updation provision affidavit in Honorable Supreme Court? ये झूठा affidavit है. Joint venture, it is publicly known in banking that there is a joint venture between the big banking unions and the Indian Banks Association. Both are running their shops with great efficiency in coordination with each other. We are an eyewitness from 1970 that there was never any conflict between these two. Both of them have been beneficial to each other. Employees, officers are the pawns of the game. The unions never went to the government with complaints against the IBA. Changes in bankmen's mindset. Number one, slogans of the dawn with the government have been raised, but there were never any slogan down with IBA. Now employees chant down with union, down with their leaders. It's change in the mindset of the staffers. Number two, bank workers want freedom from the shackles of the bipartite system and the clutches of the union leaders. They now demand pay commission of officers, employees of public banks, financial sectors to decide the salary, allowances and facilities, keeping in mind the operational efficiency, performance risk and comparative wages outside. Pay commission is right option to give fair wage and service conditions. It will end joint venture of both an aspect in banking domain. Another thing which is a matter of common discussion is the nexus between the bureaucrats of the ministry and the top executive of the banks. The nexus that used to exist between the finance minister and bank executives, which led to the phone banking crisis, has gone down a notch. Now bank executives have made government bureaucrats their allies. The false affidavit in the Supreme Court is a vivid example of in which the government is also unnecessarily in the dock need of the hour. Number one, please instruct CEOs of public sector banks to revise pension on RBI line and effect from RBI dates end. Number two, one other case is in Supreme Court on pension calculations, superannuation benefits, on special allowance and pension updation as a whole. It's IBA versus KK Kalia and others. I am also respondent number 17, and same case is pending in Delhi High Court, KK Kalia and others versus Union of India, IBA and others banks, etc. On above issues. I am also petitioner number 17 and 16 and 17. There are two cases, one on gratuity matters and one on it. These are also on gratuity matters. Please solve these at your end. Out of court settlement be submitted in courts by BPS Joint Note 7th, 8th, 9th in November 2012, 2017, 2022. Special allowance introduced to decrease pension by 7.7% to now 32% in the last settlement, ultimately under conspiracy against which High Court's judgments are there. Nainital High Court double bench and Kerala High Court single bench verdict in our sphere. Please solve it. It is against the bipartite settlement and joint note, which created special allowance without pension. For example, I, retired manager, am getting approximately 18,000 to 21,000 less pension, which I must actually earn. Number third point, please instruct CEOs of public sector banks to provide health insurance to all pensioners in terms of DFS letter dated 24th February 12, and if any shortfall that should be beared by bank Sp.All, 5 lakhs base medical insurance policy essential for a bank retiree at bank's cost, as in case of serving employees. Fourth, our other matters are gratuity matters, favorable judgment from Nainital High Court double bench, confirm commutation recovery period to decrease by 3 years, refer Chandigarh High Court interim order, now 11.5 years it should be. Unmarried, one more issue, unmarried, divorced daughter, widowed daughter's whole life pension as in government sector, refer Supreme Court directions as implemented in government sector. Already it is to be done. Arrange to solve these all issues at an earliest. First 3 points at top priority. Hope issues raised above get your serious consideration and requisite actions and decisions. Please, with best regards, Rajesh Kumar Tyagi, retired bank pensioners, Ghaziabad, on behalf of all bank retirees, pensioners waiting for justice for a long time. 18th June 24, my मोबाइल नंबर 8588898205। तो ये था हमारा एक और पत्र, और हमारा ये निवेदन है कि हमने मेल ये कर दिया है, और मेल ये अन्य स्थानों पर भी करा है, गवर्नमेंट को भी किया है और FMO को भी किया है, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर को भी करा है, पर्सनली भी किया है मैडम को, और इसके अलावा कनेक्ट की एक उनकी है, उस पर भी किया है, कनेक्ट के नाम से एक उनकी मेल है गवर्नमेंट की, और रिटायरी लीडर्स को भी किया है हमने ये, और UFBU लीडर्स को भी करा, ताकि वो भी इस पे ध्यान दें। हालांकि वो देते नहीं, हमें भी पता है, पर हमने कुछ तो प्रेशर आएगा उनके ऊपर, तो ये सब हमने कर दिए हैं ऑलरेडी। धन्यवाद साथियों। भारत माता की जय, वंदे मातरम। जय हो। राजेश कुमार त्यागी, गाजियाबाद, NCR। थैंक्स।